Okay, today we are going to look at a topic which is called IT outsourcing. I don't know if you can see my screen very well. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, you may hear noise in the background, but I'm very sorry. I'm in Kasese and I'm in the hotel here. There's some noise in the background. So when you hear noise, you bear with me. And the network may be interrupted now and again, but all the same we shall learn. Are there some distance students online? Distance, are you online? Any distance student online? Weekend students, any? Do you have any weekend students online? No distance, no weekend. Okay. They will get the recording. Okay, let's look at. Sorry? Weekend, yes. Okay. So let's look at a topic for IT outsourcing. And this one is our very last chapter. We are seeing in information technology. We have discussed a lot of things in this course. I know I have been very fast, but my intention was for you to be able to do the coursework I gave you. But the rest of the time, we are going to go back slowly and we discuss a few issues. But now we have all what it needs. Now, when it comes to information technology, as we have seen, information technology is very, very wide. Very, very wide. You cannot say that you know everything in information technology. Even as we are talking now, new technologies are coming in. As we are talking now, new technologies are coming in, and we need to embrace them. So as we go into organizations, maybe you're going to become an IT manager, maybe you're going to become the IT expert in that organization. I don't expect you to be a know-it-all person. Well, I expect you, what you know, but there are some things that you may not know. So in case something you don't know, or you may be aware of it, you may know it, but you may not be an expert in it. Say, for example, you may be aware of websites. Your organization may require to build a website, and you're aware of websites, you know them. But basically, your knowledge of building websites is not all that good. Maybe you build very simple websites, but this time they need a dynamic website. They need a website with a database, and you can only use HTML. So in such a case, you need to look for someone who can do it better than you to assist. So outsourcing comes from the word out, which is outside. Means we go outside and we get the resources. That's why we say IT outsourcing. That means you can go outside your organization or you can go outside yourself and you seek assistance. You have seen in the hospitals, you may go to Nakasero Hospital and there are doctors there. But there's a point when the doctors can say that, yes, as much as we are also doctors, but this case is beyond us. Let us refer you to Mulago Hospital. And when you go to Mulago, they can also say, as much as we are doctors, we are experts, they have referred you to us, but I think this case requires to go to India. So let us go outside Uganda. So this also happens in IT. Doesn't mean that because you studied IT, therefore you know everything. No. So at times, you need also to seek assistance from other people. So when we talk of IT outsourcing, we look at the definition. So IT outsourcing refers to the practice of hiring external service providers to manage IT services. So mark that word, hiring external service providers. This term is very important, hiring, okay? We are not recruiting them into our organization. They are not becoming workers of the organization, but we are simply hiring them. And by hiring them, it means they are going to work for a certain period of time. Okay? So hiring means they are going to work for a certain period of time. They are not becoming employees of the organization. Neither are they going to take away your job. See, some people at times they are scared of seeking external assistance because you are scared that your job will be taken. So we are saying hiring is very important here. Hiring external service providers to manage IT services, systems, and functions that are traditionally performed in the house. Now, when we say traditionally, we mean that these services could have been done within your organization. So, for example, the organization, you have always been networking to computers, and you have been managing and your own IT personnel there. And you have been always, you have 2 computers, you can network them. But the organization can say that, you know, this year we need to buy computers for every department, the marketing department, accounts department, HR department, and so on. So when you add up, you say that you are coming to 50 computers. And when you say you are going to network all the 50 computers alone, you might break down. So you need to hire some people to come and assist you and do the networking. Then after, later on, then you can do the maintenance. Okay, so that's why you are saying IT outsourcing refers to the practice of hiring external service providers to manage IT services, systems, and functions that are traditionally performed in the house. Historical context. You see, some of you can even make it as a business. Some of you can be consultants. You have heard of IT consultants. But how did this one come about? Okay. So when you look at the 1990s, around 1995, when many people started using computers, okay? So there were not so many experts. These courses which you are seeing have just come, the beast, computer science and so on, Bachelor of Information Technology. These are recent courses. But when people had started using computers in the early 1990s, they had to seek for assistance. They have bought computers, but they don't know how to use them. So they had to look for assistance elsewhere. So this was the birth of ICT outsourcing. Okay? And there are some reasons why companies do the outsourcing. There are some reasons. Last semester, I brought this question, why companies outsource IT services. Well, some people passed it, other people as usual. I don't know what books they were reading. Why companies outsource IT services? Why should your organization, if you're an IT manager in an organization, if you're ICT officer in an organization, why would you even advise your bosses to outsource, to do outsourcing? Is it because you don't know what you are doing? Okay. Is it because you don't know what you are doing? So the reasons why we do it, one is cost savings. Cost savings. I have told you, I have given an example. The organization wants to buy 50 computers, and you're one ICT officer. You cannot network all the 50 computers. So instead, the organization would recruit more ICT officers. But this means it is going to be a recurring cost because these officers are going to be paid every month. Okay? So that is a recurring cost. But we can do a one-time cost. A one-time cost whereby you can get some individuals and they come, they do the job, the networking. Just within a week, they are finished and they have gone and they are paid one time off. So the organization doesn't have to pay them monthly. In a way, it is cost saving. The organization is saving money. So one major goal of IT outsourcing is saving costs. Another element is access to specialized expertise. Access to specialized expertise. Now, you as the ICT officer, well, you may have some knowledge about networking. Like we did some networking in this course for information technology. We discussed some networking, but we did go into details about networking. As much as you know that networking is about two or more computers sharing resources, but you cannot configure IP addresses. You cannot do subnet masking. You cannot configure a router. You cannot configure a switch. Okay? So you cannot configure proxy servers. All those things you cannot do. But you know someone who can do it better than you. Okay? So in a way, you can call this expert in networking to come and help you to assign IP addresses, to configure servers, to do the network cabling, and so on. Then for your job, next is just to do the maintenance, to look after the network. Okay? So in outsourcing, we can get specialized experts to help us to do the job. And these experts, at times, they are very expensive. But when you outsource them, it is just a one-time job. They may not be expensive. You may say, let us bring a network engineer and says, I need 5 million every month. But the same network engineer, you can call him to network organization within a week and says, I need 5 million in 1 week. Now, would you employ someone who needs 5 million every month? Or you bring him to pay him 5 million just 1 week and he goes away and you do the maintenance. So it goes back to cost saving. Then we have focus on core business activities. Focus on core business activities. I'm going to give you an example of the bank. Can someone tell me the core business activities that take place in the bank? You can unmute. Let's take an example of a bank. What are the core business activities that take place in a bank? People there, or they logged in and they disappeared.
So I have saving.
Okay, so, someone saying saving. Okay, another one.
Lending loans.
Lending loans, right? Another one.
Yes, currency exchange.
Yeah. Okay, now
Currency
when
exchange.
currency exchange, right? When we look at a bank, basically the bank deals with money. And when it is dealing with money, it has branches, okay? It has people's accounts and so on. Someone saying banking, right? So you may see that at times the bank basically is not so much into IT, but it needs IT to run its businesses. As much as the core business of the bank is not IT, but the backbone of lending money, the backbone of savings, the backbone of banking, and so on is IT. So you may need that, you may say that this bank now can go to a certain company somewhere which is specialized in IT. Say, for example, they need a software that is going to help them to lend out money and track the lendings. But the people working at the bank, these are money-oriented people, they are accountants and so on, they are not IT people. So in the process, these people are going to go outside and look for a company which specialized in IT, in programming, and they are going to tell them, we need a software that can help us to manage our loans. I hear there's some noise coming around, but you bear with it. I'm in a hotel in Kasese town, so you'll bear with me. So they have to go outside and look for that organization which can help them. Someone say what of insurance and customer acquisition, all of those are, but here what we are looking at, we are saying this bank, its core business is not IT. Okay? The noise is too much. Okay. This is a problem of being in a town. Okay. So we are saying the core business of the bank is not IT. And basically, when the bank is employing, is not employing IT experts, but it's employing people who are experts in finance, people who understand banking very well, people who understand accounting very well. So that their core business is banking, is basically dealing with money. But now when it comes to this IT, so the bank has to go somewhere and seek assistance, so that is now outsourcing. Okay? So even if you are in the bank and you are the IT officer, you are just going to help them to look for those people. And it is you who's going to negotiate with the bank, with those people, because for you are knowledgeable. You may not exactly be able to develop that software, but you can talk the language which the other people understand. Okay? Then we have flexibility and scalability. Again, this goes back to the bank example I've given you. So you see, it is now flexible for the bank to change a software because they have an IT personnel in the bank who links them to the other people. So you can easily talk the language which the other people understand. Another one is risk management and business continuity. Now, when we are looking at IT project, we looked at risks and we said there's no project you are going to do without a risk. There's no business you are going to do without a risk. But we said we don't run away from risks. No, we don't run away from risks, but we manage risks. Okay? We manage risks. You don't run away from a risk. You cannot say, I will not get pregnant because there is a risk of the father chucking me, the father of the baby chucking me. So I will not get pregnant. And if he chucks me, it means I can't look after the baby. No. The way you can manage that risk is by getting a business, by getting a job. And you say, if this man is not there, I can look after this baby. So you can't say, no, I've become pregnant, therefore I'm going to abort. Because the parents can't, the father may not be able to look after a baby. Okay? So in anything, there is a risk. But the issue is, how do you go about the risk? So that is risk management now. So we are saying even IT outsourcing. I'm going to give you again an example in the banks. If you go to these banks, you'll see that they have printers. Now you realize when you go to the banks, you look carefully. these banks have printers and they have computers. And you said most of these printers, there's a label of a certain ICT company which is responsible for that printer. Why? Because they're taking away risk of buying a printer today and tomorrow the printer is forged. So what the bank does, it outsources a printer from a company. And some of you work in these organizations, you have seen these practices. So if this printer has a problem, so the bank is not concerned, is not going to call a technician to repair it. It will just call these people and tell them, your printer has a problem. And the other people are going to bring another printer and they take away the other one. Okay? So that is risk management. We don't want to risk our business to say, for the week the bank is not working because the printer broke down and we don't have money to buy a printer. No. So they have to go to a company which they are sure that when we tell them the printer has broken down, they immediately bring another printer and they take this one for repair. Then looking for money to buy a new printer. That is now risk management, okay? And business continuity. So the business of the bank is continuing because they have given them a new printer and they have taken away the other printer which has broken down, okay? I can give you an example. Today, I have been deep down in the village in Kasese, and it is a strong vehicle which they gave me to use. And as we have been deep down in the village, the vehicle broke down, and we could not continue. Yesterday, even we experienced floods. Even we were scared of floods. But because we had hired this vehicle from a company, we immediately called them, and we told them, your vehicle is broken down, and we cannot continue. You see? So they immediately sent another vehicle, which took me to another destination, and the other vehicle, I left it there when they are repairing it. So the business has not stopped, okay? But you can imagine if the vehicle was for my organization, and that is the only vehicle we have, the business is at stuck now. Until when they repair the vehicle, then you can continue, okay? But because we used another company which has more vehicles, I'm sorry, the network is on and off, but it's good you know where I am, so you bear with me. I'm back now. Can you hear me very well? Yes?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear
All right.
you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So I've been give you an example.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, I've given an example. So at times we need to use these external companies, okay, for business continuity. And I've told you about that vehicle. If I had only the vehicle of my organization, which is one, I would be stuck. But when I called to their offices, they immediately sent another vehicle and I continued with my journey. And then I left them repairing the vehicle. So that's why we see that at times outsourcing is very good. Okay. So don't fear to outsource. Our organizations, we have vehicles. Okay. We have vehicles, but we said, right, our vehicles are not enough. What if that vehicle breaks down when all the other vehicles have gone to work? Okay. So we say, let us outsource another organization, another company which has more vehicles. And you see what has happened. So when you are in an organization, you are an IT personnel, don't fear to outsource another organization. Okay? Don't fear to contract someone else. By the way, I'm an IT consultant. Those of you who are working there, don't fear to call me to eat money. Okay? Weekend students, I know you are working. Don't fear to call me. I'm a consultant as well. You can call me and I eat that money. Don't think I'm just a teacher. Now,
Yo,
We
sir.
yeah, the network The network is poor. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change to another network which is better. This one has got issues now. I've been using the hotel network, but it seems it's not good.
Change it to MTN.
I'm changing to mine. It is a hotel one. Let me change to mine. Okay, I have changed to mine. I hope for it will be better.
At least Wi-Fi is fake like that of the school.
Like that one of the school. I hope now you
Yes.
can hear me.
No.
Yeah, very
Yes,
clear.
we can hear
You
you.
can hear me? So the one
Yes,
who
we can hear you, sir.
Yes, sir.
the one
No.
who can.
Can hear you.
Okay. Where have we been?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. We have been there. Why companies outsource? Okay. So we have seen the cost saving. We
Yeah.
have seen access to specialized expertise, focus on core business activities, flexibility, scalability, risk management. Okay. So those are core elements why companies do outsource, right? Then the types of IT outsourcing. Okay, so this outsourcing, we can categorize it into different types. Okay. The first type we can look at is offshore outsourcing. What does offshore outsourcing mean? It means engaging companies in different countries, e.g. India for software development. Now we are in Uganda. You may find that I'm going to give you an example of a bank, Centenary Bank, okay? Now, Centenary Bank may know that if I use students of Nkumba to develop a software, you know Ugandans, they are not trustworthy, okay? So if I use students of Nkumba to develop a software to work in the bank, the very students are going to hack that software and they steal people's money. Is it true or not? Is it true?
False.
It is false.
I doubt.
That's
And-
business.
And I'm sure the one who has said I doubt is the one who can really do it. So in such a way, Central Bank can say, Ugandans are not trustworthy as much as they know IT, but we don't trust them. Let us go outside Uganda. Okay? So in case they do that, now that is called offshore outsourcing. They have gone outside the country. Okay? They say, let us go to Singapore. Let us go to South Africa. Actually, I'm told the system they use in Centenary Bank now, someone told me, but I don't have facts. But someone told me the system they are using now, it was done in Poland. I don't have facts, but just a friend told me. I don't know if someone on this group has any facts about it. Also, the URA system which we are using. You know, we have experts. We have universities in Uganda. We have Makerere. We have Nkumba. We have Chambogo. We have so many universities, over 20 universities. And people are doing programming. We have professors, okay, are doing programming. But I'm told, I don't have facts, but just someone told me that the system which is used in URA was designed in South Africa. Okay? But my question is, if we have professors, right? Yes? Someone was telling me, you have the facts?
No.
So the question is, if we have professors in IT, if you have professors in programming, okay, you have seen those lecturers who teach you programming, they know what they are doing, okay? And I know some of you are studying programming and you have said to do some good things, okay? But the question is, why would URA go to South Africa and not use those of Makerere, those of Nkumba, those of Chambo, those of KIU, those of STEMA University,
not
those of
trusted.
Kozi University, right? Yes?
They don't trust us.
They don't do it?
Because they're not trusted. They're not
Uh-huh.
trusted.
Now, for you, are you going to change the tune so that for you become trusted? so that we avoid the offshore outsourcing. Because we are studying in Uganda and we are studying to get jobs, right? But why don't people trust us? Okay? Why don't people
We
trust
shall be
us?
trusted elsewhere.
Now you'll be trusted even when the coursework, you're already cheating in the coursework. I know some of you have, that's how things start. If you have cheated the coursework, don't you think you are going to also cheat at your workplace? I know some of you, the coursework, you tell your friends, help me with your work, and I change just the student number and index number, and I hand in. You see a problem? You are free to unmute and you talk. Someone saying network problem,
Yes, sir.
but I'm sure
That
I'm now
pandemic
loud
have a
and clear.
serious problem.
Yes?
Very loud, sir. Yes.
Now we have a serious problem, but for us, the present generation, how can we change it? How can we change it, people? What can we do to change it such that for us, people can start trusting us? I was told one time in a certain bank, which I'm not going to mention the name, that they had their IT personnel, and this IT personnel, he was so sharp. He developed a program, and the program he developed was to steal just 1 shilling from every person's account every day, 1 shilling. Now you can imagine how many how many accounts are in a bank if you steal just 1 shilling. That's what this IT did. But it is the auditor who caught him. And the man had become a billionaire. But no one knows where that 1 shilling was going. Along the way, they were seeing 1 shilling disappearing. But along the way, the guy had made a code such that you can't know where that 1 shilling is going. But it goes. I'm going to ask you, you people, do you check your bank balance or mobile money balance? If someone stole 1 shilling from your balance every day, would you recognize it?
No.
Most of us, we check, I have my 100,000. Those other smaller dots, we don't mind. You see, mobile money. You recognize, you may go to bed when you have 100,000 point something. Tomorrow morning, you still have your 100,000, but the other point has gone. But for your concern is this 100,000. Okay? So this is why people, because in our country, we are not trustworthy. That's why people go to countries like India, South Africa, because they know this guy, when he develops this software, he himself is going to come around and is going to steal. There's one restaurant around in Nkumba, they told me in COVID, they got a student who developed for them a software, and people are ordering online. But in the restaurant, they were seeing that the man has gone to the bank and they were delivering the food. But when they go to the bank, there was no money. Can you imagine? In the restaurant, they are seeing that so and so has paid, and they deliver the food to the home and the person eats the food. But when you go to the bank, the money is not there, but the money left to the person's phone and it was delivered to the restaurant. So these are some of the concerns why people do offshore outsourcing. And then we have what we call near shore. Okay? Someone saying that's Uganda. We have to change that's Uganda. We have to change it. Then we have what we call near shore outsourcing. So that one is partnering with neighboring countries. Okay? That is partnering with neighboring countries. Then we have onshore or domestic outsourcing. So that is outsourcing to local service providers. So that one you can use people within your countries. Okay? That is if you trust them. You can use people within your country. Then we have crowd-based outsourcing. Crowd-based outsourcing, there we are using the crowd. We had a lecture about crowd computing. So there we can use the crowd.
But more about the time zones.
Sorry?
I'm asking more about time zones. The time zones. How does it affect the outsourcing? type.
Yeah, time zones, you are right. But I think by the time you go to
Yes.
a different country, you must know their time zones, right? And by the way, I have had some meetings with Americans, and you know, for them, by the time it is daytime here, for them they are sleeping. Okay. Now for them there it is daytime. So you adjust accordingly. Okay. If he says I'll be available at 2 a.m. in the morning, then you set an alarm and you work with them.
Okay.
So time zones is a major
Okay,
factor,
sir.
but you have to respect the time if you have to work with them. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Any other question before we continue? Someone is saying recruiting cybersecurity personnel. But these days in Uganda, even cybersecurity are the problem because they know the tricks of hacking. Many students have gone to cybersecurity not to learn how to help people, but to learn how to be hackers themselves. And that's why they are there. And I'm sure some of you in the cybersecurity class, you have gone there to learn how to hack. And I pity you, we shall come for you and laugh at you in Ruzira. Okay?
Master,
I know many.
we have another problem.
What problem?
That before biasing the people who are like ICT personnel, we have those people that we call bosses, that the trustworthy ones, that they that are good. You find yourself like being cheated. You work, but they cheat you in a way that they don't give you the full amount of money you have worked for. So that is the most problem in Uganda, that brings people to cheat, or to use ICT tools for robbery. So before looking about the cheating and the way they use the ICT tools in robbing people, first look upon those like bosses who cheat their man, who cheat people who work in those organizations.
Actually, what you are talking is right, and that is in IT we call it social engineering. Actually, cybersecurity. I don't know if you have come across the term of social engineering. Cybersecurity students, have you come across it?
Not yet.
So, social engineering, it means this IT personnel is earning very little. So, because he's earning very little, so people outside can come and use him. Okay? And they give him more money to help them steal information from the organization. And so people may think that it is a hacker hacking, but actually their very employee is the problem. Why? Because they are paying him less and someone is offering him to work within that organization, but to help them to steal data. For example, I can tell you, people who work in these mobile money companies are the very buffets, okay? They are the very buffets. Why? Because they are earning little. So they find ways of adding more on their money. Okay. So that is called social engineering. In cybersecurity, you call it social engineering. You'll come across that term. Okay. Someone wants a book about hacking.
Yes,
No, I will not give it to you. You go and find things are there on the internet. You go there. I don't want to find you in Ruzira and you say, Master, you are the cause of why I'm in Ruzira. Okay. But what you are saying is right. Some people are forced to become unethical because they earn little. Because they earn little. And that's true. But we are saying you change. Even if they give you little, you work. Okay? You be ethical because you are a professional person. Okay? Respect your title as an IT personnel. Are we together? And now some people are keeping quiet. They are saying, Master, you don't know what you are talking about. Someone saying, I'm not getting that point of crowd-based outsourcing among the steps. I didn't explain much about it because unless you never attended the lecture for cloud computing. But if you attended the lecture for cloud computing, the answer is there already. Okay? You can go back to the lecture for cloud computing. That's why I've not got much into details into it. Remember, in cloud computing, we say you may not have enough money to buy a server. Meanwhile, you may have the money to buy the server, but you know Ugandan electricity is on and off. So the best thing is to put your data to have a server like Microsoft Azure. So those servers there and use them. Okay. So that's why I've not gone much into cloud computing because we did it. Someone is saying I'm not clear. I said I apologize, but I've recorded this lecture. I'll post it on my YouTube channel. I'm sorry, but where I am, the network is not good. I'm in a hotel. Okay. But everything is recorded. Then let's look at the key services. Key services. People are making me busy in the chat room. Network is not clear. I'm very sorry, but at least some people can hear me very well, right? Are there people who can hear me very well? Anyone who can get me very well? Hello?
Network poor.
You can't get me very well?
Now we are hearing you.
Has the network come now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
I'm sorry, but I'm recording everything. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we are hearing you.
Let's go to the key IT services outsourced. So what are these services that we go out to look for? Okay. What are these services? Someone has already asked it in the chat room. I hope I'm going to answer you here. Someone was asking, can we outsource software? So I'm going to answer you. The services that we outsource, one, application development and maintenance. So application development, these are some of the softwares that we use in organizations. So for example, Nkumba University, you may need a software or an application that is going to manage student marks, then the tuition and so on and so forth. But you may not have an expert to do it. So you can go outside and you get an organization which can help you. Someone is asking, you are recording even in this poorness. Yes, I'm recording. Good enough is my laptop recording. Okay, so you can get another organization, another consultancy to help you to develop the software. Like I have given you an example of URA. I've given an example of Centenary Bank. I have told you I don't have the facts, but someone told me the software for URA was developed by a certain company outside. Okay. So some of the services we do outsource are software application development. Okay. To develop a software is not easy. Some of you have done programming, you know this. Okay. It's not easy to develop a software. It takes time. It takes resources and takes to be an expert in it. Not everybody who has studied programming can do it. Okay. There are some people who have really specialized in it. Then we have infrastructure management. Those are data centers and networks. Infrastructure. So sometimes I told you about the printers in a central bank. Those are outsourced. Okay. You can outsource computers. Say, for example, like the data collection, the census we have just gone through, right? You may say that we are going to do census for 1 month. And when we buy these set tabs, what are we going to use them after data collection? So what you say, let us outsource the tabs. Let us hire the tabs. So after the process, then we can return their tabs. Okay? So that is infrastructure, data centers, and networks. Then cloud computing and platform management. Remember, we talked of things like platform as a service. In cloud computing, what did we say platform as a service is? Can someone remind us? Cloud computing, we talked of platform as a service. What does it do? Can I choose a name? Platform as a service. Can I choose one person at random? Someone is saying yes. The one who has said yes, you tell us. Who's that one? Moses. Lubanga Ken Moses. Tell us what is platform as a service. Yes? You are talking to yourself instead of talking to us.
Excuse me, sir.
Moses. Yes?
This platform as a service, this allows the developers to be able to develop applications.
Yes. Continue. It allows them to develop applications, right?
Yes.
But when they are developing these applications, they can use some crowd software instead of buying and putting on their machines, right? So they can pay a license. They can pay a license to the crowd somewhere and use that software for that period of time. Okay? They are developing a software. Okay? So sometimes we need to do that outsourcing. Maybe after developing this software, I will not need that service anymore. That's why I pay a license for 6 months. Okay? Such that after, then that's not necessary. Then help desk and technical support. This one, many of you do it in your organizations. Help desk. You have seen printers failing and you call a technician. You have seen computers failing, you call a technician. Laptops failing, you don't necessarily need to have a technical person at your workplace. No. Most of you at your workplaces, you have called these technicians when you have landed into trouble. Okay? Then cyber security management. We have cyber security experts here. Sometimes.
But sir, before moving,
Yes, please.
was on the point of platform as a service.
Yes.
So we also talk about SAS and IAS.
But infrastructure as a service, okay, we have seen the point of infrastructure up there, infrastructure management, okay? And I've given an example of UBOS, okay? So we have infrastructure as a service. Remember, we talked of the Microsoft Azure and so on. You can have those servers in the cloud, okay? Then the software as a service that is done by you, we the users. When you did, like I told you, Microsoft 365, okay? By they revise those things, you never know. I taught them in the lecture for cloud computing, right? That's why I'm not going into too much details because I know I'm now talking to people who know these things. Cyber security management. There are people here who are doing a course in cyber security, and this is actually where their job now is. Okay? Cyber security. This is where your job is. We are going to hire you, but we don't want to hire people who are fake. Okay? Companies are going to hire you because you are going to become experts in cyber security. So if you are trying to of these people who use the ChatGPT to help them do the coursework, then I don't think people will outsource you. Okay? So those of you who are doing cyber security, you see? So make sure you learn these things such that when time comes to be outsourced to help organizations, you are readily available. There's a lot of cyber problems organizations have. Organizations are being hacked each and every day, okay? And they don't have those experts. So they are going to look for you people, okay? So cyber security group, which is here, help us don't use ChatGPT. Learn the things so that you can help people. Then data storage and disaster recovery services. Okay, let us continue. Then let's go to the IT outsourcing processes. What are the processes that we go through? We have learned the outsourcing, and you're going to be IT officers in an organization, you're going to be managers. But what is the process that you go through? Remember, we started IT project management, right? Now let us see the processes that you can go through as an officer in organization to outsource. So the processes, one is to identify the need. Okay, so determining which IT function to outsource. You don't outsource everything. You don't outsource anything. Possibly people may even think that you don't know anything. You forged the papers on Nassau Road and you are saying you are an IT person. Because if everything you say, let us call a technician, let us call this one, let us call this one, let us call this one. Then what did you study at the university? You are telling us you did Bachelor of Information Systems and Technology. Okay? You are telling us you did cyber security. But everything you said, let us outsource, let us call someone, let us do this, let us do. So the question is, what do you outsource? Okay? So it is very important to determine which IT function is to be outsourced. Not everything that can be outsourced. Another noise has come back. I know some people are dancing now that side. Okay. Let us hurry up the lecture so that some people go and follow what the music is saying. So IT, identifying the need. So it means look for the right need, okay? You are not going to outsource everything, okay? Hope that point is clear. Someone is asking that one, it is you. Then step 2, so after identifying what you are going to outsource, remember we said we outsource those things which are beyond our capacity, beyond what you can do, okay? So the second step after identifying, select a service provider. Now this is very tricky and very important, selecting a service provider. So criteria for choosing the right vendor. Now it is very important to look at the reputation, expertise, and the costs. Unfortunately for us in Uganda, you are going to look at your relatives. You are going to look for your sister. You are going to look for your brother. You are going to look for your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your tribe mate. That's the things we do in Uganda. Okay? But here, for us in class, we are saying the reputation is very important. Okay? I have taught you the car which I'm using in the field broke down. Now, what if we used a company which doesn't have a good reputation, and those companies, their cars always break down. And when they break down, they don't give you a replacement. So reputation is very important. Take time to know the reputation of the company you're outsourcing. Do they have good services? Don't they let you down? After paying, don't they run away? So reputation is very important. Then expertise. Don't look for your brothers, don't look for your sisters, don't look for your girlfriend, don't look for your tribe mate, but look for an expert in an area. A person may be your enemy, he may be not your tribe mate, he may be not your religion, he may be your ex-boyfriend, he may be your ex-girlfriend, but as long as he has that expertise in that area, please go for that person. Forget about being your ex-girlfriend. Forget about being your ex-boyfriend. Forget about being a tribe which you hate in your life. Forget about being that person maybe is a Catholic and you hate Catholics. Forget about that. Here now you are looking for the expertise in that person. Okay? And by this is why America has developed a lot. Okay? Someone saying I can't hear anything. I don't know whether the rest can hear me. Can the rest hear me?
Mama, we can hear you.
Yes, we are hearing
We
you.
are hearing you, sir. Yes.
Okay, so we have been talking
Yes,
about
please.
expertise,
We're
okay?
hearing.
So these issues of calling my girlfriend, or these issues of saying my tribe mate, forget about that. You are going to bring your tribe mate and it's going to do dirty work, and the whole organization is going to lose trust in you. And they are going to say you ate the money together. Since you are the one who brought the person, okay? So please go for the expertise. You bring your tribe mate, and people are going to say, we knew that person, they are going to eat the money, and they ate it. You see, they stole the money, yet you didn't even eat a coin. Then the costs are also very important. Then step 3, contract.
Brother or teacher.
Sasa
Jeshi la
there was
Wakongo fulani.
It's only where I am. I told you the situation, but you bear with me. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
We are
We
seeing
can
your
Yes,
see
screen.
yes,
you.
yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So step 3, that is contract negotiation. People learn how to negotiate contracts with the people. Some people can turn against you. Any simple person you bring to do whatever simple job is, have a small contract with that person. Write down somewhere. Okay? If a person says, I'm going to do this job for 500,000, write somewhere. See? I don't know, but it's too much where I am. I don't know if you can hear me. We can continue because we need to finish. So I've been saying, always make a small contract. So service level agreements, we call them service level agreements. Make some small agreement with that boyfriend of yours, even if it's your boyfriend. Now this is business, okay? Even if it's your girlfriend, this is business, okay? I can give you a simple example. It's not IT, but it's an example. When I was in the UK, I got money and I sent my father to buy land for me. Now, my father, he told his friend, and his friend said, this is our son. I have land which I'm selling. So my father went to his friend. They never went to the LC. They never went to anywhere. And when he saw the land, and he paid. And he paid off the land, trusting his friend. But this very friend of him, he was selling him Bichupoli land in Peo. But he trusted him. You see? And when I came back, I wanted to construct. This person told us, don't pour there any material, don't put there any face, don't do anything there. And we were asking ourselves why. So now this time I had to go to the LC in that area to ask. When I went to the LC, they told me, how come we don't know that person? Even we don't know the name we are talking about. So they called the owner of the land. The owner of the land came, said, even I don't know the person you are talking about. When we went to the guy told us, the fact is, I needed money and I corrupted you. The land doesn't belong to me. But you give me time, I will pay back your land. So you see, be very, very careful of the people you call your friends, the people you call your relatives, the people you call your tribe mate. Be very, very careful of such people. These are the very people who are going to land you into trouble. They are going to eat the money for the organization, and they know you can't do anything. And the organization is going to look at you, and the organization is they are going to say you are the one who stole the money, and tomorrow you are going to be behind the bars for the money you never ate. So be very careful and make always contracts with the people. A contract can save you somewhere in court, and you say, this is a contract I made with this person. Okay? So go legal. Do legal considerations. Don't issue any money. And any money person takes, sign for it. Make sure it is signed for. Okay? We have seen so many people who are in prison for eating money which they never ate. Hope you are aware of this. And I hope some of your relatives and parents are into this category. Okay? Okay. Then step 4, implementation. So after you have gone through the 3 steps, now you go into implementation. So implementation now means transitioning IT services to the outsourcing partner. So after you have done all the contracts, after you have signed everything, then now it is the time to give this person the job to start doing it, following the contract. Okay? Don't do anything outside the contract. Don't do anything outside the contract, please. Otherwise, these people are so keen. They know how to do it. Yet for you don't know. Okay? They are so clever. Someone is dozing. Don't worry, you go to bed. We shall meet in the exam. Okay? Then step 5. Step 5, that is monitoring and managing the relationships. So always do continuous monitoring, communication. This one actually we saw it in project management, the monitoring. Okay? Then benefits of IT outsourcing. Benefits, the first one is cost efficiency. Of course, we saw something about the costs. So lower operations of costs through reduced labor expenses. We have already seen that. Then scalability, quick scaling services upon down based on business needs. Then access to expertise, that one we have already seen. Innovation now is very important. So when you outsource people, there is partnering with providers that offer cutting-edge technologies. You may find that what you studied at Nkumba was limited. But when you outsource people, someone can come with a technology which even you have never heard of. You never studied at Nkumba. And for you, you learn that technology also, and you apply it somewhere. So innovations, new ideas come in, new learning comes in. Okay? So that is very, very important also. Okay, then focus on core competencies, allowing internal teams to focus on strategic activities. Well, anywhere where there are good things, there are also bad things. Okay? Where there are good things, there are also bad what? Bad things. So we have also challenges and risks in IT outsourcing. Those of you are getting tired, don't worry, this is the last lecture. Other lectures, we are just going to be trying numbers, okay? I'm going to be giving you questions, and we are going to be discussing these questions. But this is the last chapter. Those who are dozing, don't worry. But those ones, you may not even come back in the next lectures. But those who want, I'm going to be setting exam questions, and we are going to be discussing them. Someone is saying, is a company required to take insurance policy before outsourcing? Well, it depends on what you're outsourcing. Then challenges and risks in IT outsourcing. One is loss of control. Loss of control, potentially less control over the quality and timelines of outsourced tasks. So people are going to tell you that in 1 month, I'm going to deliver, okay? And for you are sure in 1 month, they are going to deliver. But for example, I have a live example. There's a company which I outsourced to do something in our organization because it was too much for me. I outsourced them to do it because I couldn't do it one person, it needed more than one people. And these people, they told me within 2 months, they would have completed. And they said they needed a deposit of 75% deposit. And we gave the money because we had the money 100%. So we gave them 75%. But we gave them the contract last year in October. Today, as I'm talking, we are in October, it is 1 year. They have not even done a quarter of the job, but they took the money 75%. So you see, you lose control. Sometimes you are going to lose control of these people. So potential loss of control over the quality and timelines of outsourcing tasks. Sometimes people are going to tell you, we have good quality services and so on. But afterwards, what they bring to you, you say, how I wish I knew that these people can't manage. They bring you poor quality. Okay? So that is a challenge now there. I've also fallen trap into it, as I have told you. Then communication barriers. Someone talked of the time zone barriers earlier on, you remember? But also, sometimes the people may not speak the language which you are speaking. You may get a Portuguese company or a Chinese company, but for you know English, and their English is not all that good. So you may run into problems of communication barriers. Again, also cultures. Cultures. That's why you see some people prefer to use people who come from their cultures. Okay? So sometimes cultures also bring issues. Okay? Someone is saying lack of privacy. Is it? Yeah, lack of privacy. Some people just come to spy on you. Some people even they need your job. The person may pretend as if he has come outside. We have a guy at our organization there. We outsourced a company. After their job was finished, the guy refused to go back. He stayed around. He said, for me, even if you make me cleaner, I don't mind. Now this guy came looking for a job and is there. We have given him a contract recently. Okay? So such people also come in. So some people come as spies. You know, people have different motives, right? Then security concerns. Again, outsourcing sensitive data and managing data security risks. Some people come as thieves. Okay? Then dependency. Becoming too much reliant on external providers, leading to difficulties in bringing IT service back into the house. So every time anything, you need to bring people from outside. Okay? Then hidden costs, unanticipated costs. You see, sometimes people are going to tell you, some of you have constructed houses. These builders are going to tell you, that house, you only need 5 million to finish it. But when you start, just the 5 million end in the foundation. Then they say, but also, boss, you saw. Do you think 5 million could make a house? Okay. But when you have started, they know now you have started, you have to look for the money to finish. So sometimes there are hidden costs, okay, related to managing the outsourcing relationship. Sometimes some people need the kickback. Whoever brought that company has a hidden cost. Maybe the computers are costing 1 million, but the person says 2 million. Okay? So there are always hidden costs. Then we have the models of outsourcing. Models, one, that is time and material. So sometimes clients pay for
Excuse me,
actual.
sir.
Yes, please.
I was just inquiring, what if you say like inadequate skills are given out by the company?
Come again. What?
Like, what if I say like inadequate skills are given out by the outsourcing company?
Right there, that is that
Is
is
this
true.
also a challenge?
Yeah, it's very true. Some people are going to deceive you that they are experts. Okay? But when you give them the job, that's when you discover that actually they are not experts, they affect you. People get NASA papers. You are aware of that. Okay. By then, that's why you see people are going to go to the offshore outsourcing. People will go outside countries because they know those ones are more reliable. If you bring Americans, if you bring the Chinese, they will do it. But you bring you Nigerians, bring Ugandans, they'll bring you NASA papers and they show that you are the experts. Someone can say, I have a PhD and brings NASA papers when even he has a certificate. Okay, we have seen those things. One time I was in a panel when they were outsourcing a company, and I was on the panel, and this company, they had put their website, that is their website. So I went to the internet to check the website, it never existed. So when I called the numbers to ask them that why is your website not on, the guy told me, what do you mean by a website? And the guy told, and down there he had said he's a managing director. So I asked him, your website. He told me, what do you mean by the website? I told him, then he said, but for us, we have no website. But the papers were in front of me and I was shortlisting them. And that's how I discovered it was a fake company. Okay? But someone was on my back, give that company, give that company, give that company. You get it? So that is it. Then IT outsourcing models, we have time and materials. So sometimes clients pay for the actual time and resources. So sometimes people are going to pay per hour, or people are going to pay for the resources. Then we have also fixed price. You may say that we are doing this job for this price. Whether we are spending 2 years or 3 years or 1 month or 1 week, for us, we need this price. Okay? Then we have dedicated teams and we have managed services. I'll give you this handout. You can go further over the internet and you search these things. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
I was just inquiring.
Hmm.
Like, what if you say it can be easily hacked by the company?
The what? What is hacked by the company?
Like the outsourcing company. Yeah, the outsourcing company.
I don't get you. What do you mean by what is hacked? The outsourcing company is hacked.
No, like the company can get any information illegally from the customer.
I have failed to understand it clearly what you mean. I don't know if someone on the group or someone can understand what is asking. And has someone understood?
For me, I think what is trying to say is that like if you bring those outsourced providers, then after them working on your project, then they go back and they begin following up your project from maybe their country again. I think that's what is trying to bring
That's why I
about.
said that Ugandans, they don't trust us because after developing the software, you can go back and then you work on the back and you steal. Maybe is that what you are saying, my friend? Has he explained it well?
Yes.
Yeah, all of
Yes.
those are challenges. By the way, the things I'm teaching you, I'm not teaching you cram work, please. I don't mean that what I've given is what I'll mark in the exam. No. Okay? I also want you to be creative. Here I'm just tipping on you. Okay? There are so many examples I've left out for the interest of time. Okay? I don't want cram work. What I want is for you to understand and be able to use that knowledge later on in your organizations, wherever you'll be. Okay? Because in the organizations, I'm not going to come there to follow you up. Here, I'm just tipping on you. I'm opening up your brains. Okay? Then let's look at IT outsourcing case studies. We are coming to the conclusion. And we are looking at some of the case study. So the first case study, these are large organizations like IBM. So companies like IBM, Microsoft, and so on, they also outsource. They are big companies well known in IT, but they also do outsourcing. Okay? So they also do outsourcing in infrastructure, over the cloud, and so on. Then second case study, these are the small businesses using managed services providers for cybersecurity. Students of cybersecurity here can understand it very well. Small businesses, okay? You know, cybersecurity is very, very crucial today and it's unmanageable. You need an expert. So in most of these small businesses, they don't have enough money to pay these cybersecurity experts as a staff, okay? These are very expensive people. Some of you are studying cybersecurity. Very soon you're going to earn a lot of money and you'll be very expensive people. So some of these small businesses, they cannot afford you, but they can outsource you when they get issues and help them out, and then they go. Then we have real world examples from Uganda or other relevant regional contexts. And I'm saying this is by students, so I want you to give me some real world examples, okay, of some of the cases of where we need IT outsourcing. Do you have any? Okay, this is the concluding part, the future of IT outsourcing, the future. So we look at AI and automation. AI and automation. So AI is transforming outsourcing. So it is reducing now the need of manual laborers. You'll see that where you need to outsource a company to develop for you a software, AI can develop for you that software. Okay? Sometimes I'm going to give you, those of you have a pen and paper, you can write down this. So AI can do it for you instead of outsourcing a company. So if you have a pen and a paper, you can write down this and you can go and read about them. There's crowd AI. There's crowd AI. Crowd AI. Crowd from the word crowd. From this word crowd here. Okay? Just add a Y. Crowd AI. You can go and read about crowd AI. Then there's Bolt AI. Bolt AI. Bolt AI.
Bolt.
Bolt, B-O-L-T. Bolt AI. And then there's one which I'm going to give you. This one has some courses online. Those of you who have money, you can do this course online. It is now a training course. Many people don't know it. It's a training course and it's very marketable. If you finish it, you can never miss. Even you may not finish your degree at Nkumba, companies will steal you. Okay? It is called prompt engineering. It's also a type of AI. It's called prompt engineering. Now, what prompt engineering does, you see these companies that have large data, which can be hacked into. Okay? So with the prompt engineering, you can assist such companies. And companies are looking for such people. And AI is into that. Right? So I will urge you to go and do a course on prompt engineering. Your life will not be the same again. Okay? I know even before you end in Nkumba, you'll be already earning a lot of money. Okay? So that is the future of outsourcing. Now, many companies are outsourcing people of prompt engineering. These are not many, by the way. These are not many. And when you talk about AI, not everybody can use bot AI to get out what you need. Okay? So some of these AIs can develop for you codes whereby you don't even need to outsource any company to write a code for you. Well, you can tell your own organization. I think, is it this class whom I taught a certain organization which needed a circle system, and people were telling them they needed months. So I won that contract just because I told them, for me, within a week, I can give you the system. And I won. But even I never took a week, it took me a day. But that day, I went to AI. Is it this class which I taught? That day I went to AI.
Class.
AI wrote for me the code and I ate the money. No, those
Giving a
who,
weekly lesson.
sorry. Now, those who wanted to do it for 6 months, they lost the job. And for me, who could do it in 1 week, I got the job. But did I sit down to code? No. I went to AI and I told it what I want. It gave me the codes. Because I know what I'm doing, I changed a little bit of things and I gave them. And those people now up to today, they know this guy is terrible in IT. Okay? Well, I'm terrible because I did it. Not everybody can do it. Okay? Someone saying the last AI, that is prompt engineering. I said prompt engineering. I said cloud AI, bot AI, and prompt engineering. Okay? Now someone says, sir, you refuse us from using AI. Yes, I refuse you because I want you to first learn. Okay? First learn. After learning, you'll be able to customize what AI has given you. I have told you the code which I got, I customized it because I knew what I was doing. Okay? Because AI is going to give it to you, but if you can't customize it, you'll not get it. Okay? Then we have cloud computing. It is also a growing area, which is what they're doing research into. So growing importance of cloud-based services in outsourcing models. I can't say much about cloud computing because we had a full lecture about it. Then we have global market trends. Global market trends, outsourcing, emerging markets, and changing dynamics in outsourcing landscape. Okay, that is the end of the lecture for today. I give you some minutes to ask me questions. If there are no, then we can tell people to go and sleep, and we meet in the exam. Any questions? So this has been our last lecture in information technology. The next lectures, again, I'll be combining the day students, the weekend students, and the distance students. And we shall be giving some exam questions, and we are going to discuss them, and we see how we go about them. I'm not interested in giving anyone a retake, but you will choose to give a retake yourself. Okay? So I'm going to set some exam questions and we go through them because next month the exams are around the corner next month. Okay? So now we are going to start revising. I'll look at some exam questions and we see how we can go about them. Someone saying, nice stay in Kasese. You'd send me chicken and beer so that I enjoy the nice stay in Kasese. Those who are, I know some distance students are in Kasese. You can come for me. I'm in White House. You can come for me in White House and you take me out. I'm in White House. Let me put on my camera.
We thought you have money.
You have said what?
But sir, you're the one who is supposed to take us out.
But I'm in
Is
Kasese.
this your father?
Yeah, but I'm in Kasese. How can you take you out when I'm in Kasese? Those who are nearby Kasese, you come and take me out.
I'm in Kasesa and I want you to take me out.
We shall take you.
If you are in Kasese, you come to White House, I will take you out. Esther, are you in Kasese?
Master, but the TV is 15 inches.
What?
The TV, that is what they gave me in the hotel. That one. That is what they gave me in White House. Okay.
But I'm seeing some blue colors.
Somewhat?
The lecture is done.
Yeah, the
Is
lecture.
the TV working?
But what do you call it? White House?
Okay, nice evening. See you.